Yo, what up with it? You already know who I am, in a sense. You know what I'm saying? In a sense. But okay, this is what it's about. Like to get some updates on this mobile app because I'm releasing the mobile app on another date. I was gonna release it here in November 2018, but now it's gonna be December 2018 for sure. Been working on a lot of other stuff and getting other shit done. Boom, boom, boom. Now, the mobile app is going to be called, well, it's called Reorganized Money Spending. Sounds self-explanatory, right? Basically, I'll be presenting to you financial tactics, legitimate financial tactics that you can apply to your financial lifestyle. And stuff for you to apply to your lifestyle or aspect of your lifestyle, which is finances, that you can apply once again. But the whole point of the thing is, it's like, a lot of people lack financial guidance. A lot of people make a lot of money and they end up with no money or very little money. A lot of people got JOBs. A lot of people got a lot of misconceptions about what it's like in the financial world when we're dealing with money. You know what I'm saying? Somebody got to touch on that topic. You know what I'm saying? Why not be me? You know what I'm saying? So the thing is, this app is for hustlers, whatever type of hustler you take on yourself to be. You know what I'm saying? It's for anybody that want to get a grip on their finances in the financial world and take things to the next level by starting with what they got and working with what they got. If you don't work with what you got and you want more, how can you really make it last? How can you really appreciate it? How can you make something out of it? You know what I'm saying? So you got to reorganize how you spend money by monitoring the process. So, we got payday formulas for basically you got liabilities, which is stuff you pay once a month or once a year, however it's paid, but it's paid continually. And then you got expenses, intentional or unintentional buy-ins, I'm gonna say it like that. Then you got inside expenses, you want to label your budgets within your expenses, because in a sense you could say budgets are liabilities, but I more call them expenses. But I mean, if you know your budget in whatever aspect of life that you spending that money in, whatever area, whatever category, topic, whatever. I mean, if you know your budgets, that's your budget. You know what I'm saying? That's your budget for that area of that type of product or service which you spending money on. You know what I'm saying? Okay, you got a budget. You got a budget for gas. You got a budget for the little bitty stuff that counts, grocery shopping, all that. You know what I'm saying? So you got a budget for that. Boom. And you got a budget for activities and woo woo woo. And then you got your allowance. I don't know. Some people might not use that term anymore. Allowances. I think you should start using that again, because you got your budget. Your budget money is separate for all the things that you spend money on in certain categories and areas of life, right? And then you got the allowance. The allowance money is separate from the budget money. And I'm going to get to the savings, the checkings, and different bank accounts in a second. And then you got debit cards. Myself right now, I don't mess with credit cards. So, boom, boom, boom. Enough of that. But I will talk about how to, get rid of debt. You know what I'm saying? So, simple formula. Basically, you pick a number with the debt curing stuff, which is you pick a number in an increment of an amount of money that you would like to pay in a periodic time. You know what I'm saying? Depending on how bad you want to pay it, because the sooner you pay it, the better it looks on your credit report, and that make things easier. You know what I'm saying? Credit repair, that's going to be talked about. Tax refunds, that's going to be talked about. Financial evaluations, that's going to be talked about. Anything, any topic you want to know, just type it in the comments or whatever, or inbox me, let me know. And I'll make sure I get it covered. So when the app come out, boom, you'll have that information. And that information is only within the app. But getting back on topic was the allowance. The allowance money is separate from the budget money. Your allowance, since you got that budget set up, you got an allowance. You give yourself a weekly allowance. Now the weekly allowance covers each remaining days of the week left. You know what I'm saying? Let's say you get paid every week or every 2 weeks. And let me point out one factor. It's like once you got goals and you're not just paying bills, you know what I'm saying? You got to respect yourself enough to see that you do not work for anyone. You work with people, not for them. You work with that company. You don't work for that company. You work with that company. Because, I mean, if you were working for someone, I mean, it sort of feel to me like pimping. You know what I'm saying? And that's backwards. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? That's a sucker. But a hustler, utilize the opportunity, make great, boom, 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 keep going and shit like that. All right, back to allowance. The allowance money is money you allow yourself to spend on whatever you like, but you have to have a limit. It has to be a constraint because you can go overboard. The allowance money, the importance of the allowance money and the budget money. And then again, before I go on, you gotta apply this. You can agree, nod your head and be like, that's some real shit. But if you don't apply it, then how the fuck you gonna get the type of results you want? By doing this, you will be able to save money, and you won't have to always go to your bank account for this and that and thereof. Woo, woo, woo. So the thing is this: the allowance money and the budget money is like helping you have them constraints up. You know, basically restrictions in a way, good restrictions that'll keep you in financial balance, will keep your money in balance, you know what I'm saying, whatever, for the financial lifestyle, whatever. The budget money and allowance money keeps you out of your bank account. And the cash flow that's remaining after you paid off your bills, monthly liabilities, whatever, you know what I'm saying, you shouldn't be able to touch that money unless you review your game plan. You know what I'm saying? Where you going to really review your game plan? How you going to review your game plan? It starts on pen and paper. You got to bring it back to pen and paper. Because you get paid, boom, you get that money in your hand. Or if it goes straight direct deposit, you just spending money, you know what I'm saying, just like that, boom, it's going to be gone any minute. But you get paid, you got paid for the money you was working to attract, you know what I'm saying? You get what you give, right? And you knew what was in the, you know what you was in for when you signed the paper, you know what I'm saying, the application, woo, woo, woo. But the whole point of the whole thing is that you get paid once a week or you get paid every 2 weeks. Some people get paid every month, okay? So it's like this. Or some people get paid every 3 quarters, you know what I'm saying? You know, big amounts, depending on your comfort zone around money. But that's called prosperity consciousness, and where you expand your comfort zone around money. So a lot of people, it might sound new to some people to hear about some people making a big amount of money, but that's their comfort zone around money right there. So, but yeah, losing grip on the topic. But the thing is this: I'm gonna go back to the allowance and the budget. But by having an allowance in the budget, I mean you got space right there to play with some money. So whatever amount of money you choose for a weekly allowance, you have to divide that up into amount to where it's like a daily budget, you know, of a daily allowance budget. And then, you know, maybe you might not spend all that money. You know, you want to go to the movies, you want to whatever. You want to travel somewhere, boom, woo, woo, woo. you know your habitual money spending patterns. And the way to beat the ones that you are trying to cut down on is to map stuff out on paper, and then keep that paper with you when you spend your money. But yeah, back to what I was about to say was that when you get paid, until you get paid again, you got that amount of money to work with to make something happen. You got a certain amount for liabilities. You got a certain amount you got to put in savings. You got to take a portion of it to multiply it to attract more. Yeah, you got to have different hustles. You got to have at least a couple hustles or whatever to help you, you know what I'm saying, get a return on your investment in all areas. So, you know, you'll get to that when you get to that. But I mean, this is the type of stuff that I'm gonna be talking about in the app, and then like I'll be, you know, like an importance video of that topic, that's gonna be out there. And then once that takes place, after you watch that video, you'll watch the walkthrough video exactly of how you're gonna map it out on paper. I'm not just telling you to map it out on paper. I'm gonna show you how you can do it. And if you don't apply it, you wasted your money, because the app is gonna be $20, $25 or something like that. Right between that range right there, because it worked. It took me a lot of time, money, and energy to be able to do this, but I think it's dope as hell. So yeah, Reorganized Money Spending is my mobile app. It's gonna be in, you know, it's gonna be available for iTunes or however you want to identify it, Apple devices and Android devices. So the content will only be available for that app. So you will only have to download the app, download the app to get the content. So if you don't apply this shit, then it's not gonna work. That's the only way it's not gonna work. And you want somebody to do it for you. Guess what? They're not. So thank you for your time and attention. Be looking out for my app. If you got any more topics that I should cover. And also it's going to be a Facebook fan page, maybe a group, also maybe a website for this, you know, for people that got questions, suggestions, and woo, you know what I'm saying? But all that shit coming soon. So yeah, check it out, and it's going to be dope. So 100.